Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I want to thank the good chair for answering all these concerns that I just raised. And typically, as you can imagine, Mr. Speaker, on this side of the aisle, we always want less government, less the better, because they obviously have an intended purpose. So it is a unique situation that we are standing right here, morning that has now become afternoon, when we started this debate, where my good counterpart, my chairman, is requesting or suggesting that we do not need the subcommittee, and I'm here on the other side of the aisle concerned about dissolving this subcommittee. As you can imagine, and I can see from the wonderful smile on your face, you're amused at this yourself, as in a way I am. But I'm concerned, and I want to share the concern with the legislature, not in this legislation, not in the fact that we can dissolve the subcommittee. I get that. I have no problems with that at all. There is no significant cost factor, which is a good thing. We could have, at best, a cost savings, which is phenomenal. So all in all, it is the right thing to do, to dissolve the subcommittee. But my only concern, and I will always be concerned about that, is that, as you can imagine, Mr. Speaker, medicine, what was good yesterday is not good today. It's definitely not going to be good tomorrow. And Medicaid and the eligibility, the affordability, and the landscape that we have in terms of who's going to be eligible, what are the criteria, is there fraud in the system, is it being abused, is there being excessive use, are all big concerns for you, for me, for the entire state. Because at the end of the day, it comes out of our state budget. That is, and as you know, Mr. Speaker, it's a huge part of our state budget, which we are having significant difficulties in trying to balance. So for me, Medicaid oversight is important from two angles. A, in making sure that those services are available for those in our society that depend on them. That's extremely important. We know, Mr. Speaker, that Medicaid coverage is getting more and more difficult. Physicians accepting Medicaid are reducing. Specialists especially, we find that they are not participating because of the reimbursement rates. So in fairness to everybody, you have the healthcare providers that have their concerns. We have the patients that need to be adequately provided as far as their services are concerned. And so to me, the monitoring of these services, monitoring of the best practices, so there is no abuse, there's no excessive usage, and at the same time, it is available, those services are available, which is very critical, is an ongoing issue. And whether a report is filed in 2016 or maybe this year in 2017 is a good thing. But this needs to be monitored ongoing, constantly, and consistently. And for me, my big concern is MAPOC, without the subcommittee, which was primarily charged with best practices and cost savings, who will take over that mantle? Who will take over the responsibility and ensure that both those important components are always watched constantly and consistently? I will be listening to this debate as it moves on the floor of the House, Mr. Speaker. I want to thank the good chair for his indulgence and for answering all these multiple concerns that I have, which he shares them too. I definitely get that. We are together in this. Our goal, his goal, my goal, our common goal in the legislature is very simple: to make sure that the best practices are followed and we have cost savings. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.